All right. Whoo! All right, what's going on, guys? It's Big Nugget. If you're new here, I gotta work on an intro. I have to work on some kind of intro that covers everything that's taking place. Currently, I'm working on a bus build. However, I'm about to take a break. We're about to do a car build, hit the road a little while, and come back to the bus. But with that being said, today we're going to be talking about this 3,000 watt SunGold inverter charger and the importance of it and what role it's going to play into this intricate design. All right, so guys, if you live in a van or a bus or any mobile apparatus like I do, then you know the inverter is the heart of the feng shui when it comes to the electrical system. This is actually why I was happy to go with this SunGold 3,000 watt inverter charger, because I needed something that was going to be durable and could carry out the capacity at which I plan or intend on running inside of this bus. So this is going to allow me to run computers. It's going to allow me to run fridge. This particular inverter charger is going to allow me to run a pretty substantial capacity load. Honestly, there shouldn't be anything I couldn't run. 3,000 watts is a pretty above reasonable amount of power pool. I can run electrical tools if I need to plug them in. I'm obviously going to be running my fridge full time. I can run heating or cooling elements. It's a big deal. We could definitely run entertainment systems. We could run anything we need to charge, laptops, phones, etc. This thing is more than capable. 3,000 watts of power supply is going to be pretty freaking nice. Now I will note, this thing is pretty heavy. Heavier than I was expecting. The spec weight is around 50 pounds, so, you know, something to take in consideration. So as soon as we get into the box, we've got a user manual. We're going to need that. I personally like to keep those. And we had some pretty nice packaging on this item. Like, this is literally like some wooden paneled side, like box siding. That's pretty impressive. I've actually never received something packed so sturdily. Let's see. Well, that's one way to do it, and there's many ways to do it. So this is our important apparatus. Let's see if we can kind of balance this off on this foam, maybe, question mark. All right, not a bad landing. I didn't really know what to expect at first, but I'll say it was a bit bigger than I thought. Not too much, and definitely heavier. So something to consider when it comes to putting this inside of a build. And I gotta say, I love the packaging. It feels very protected. So the important thing about this particular inverter charger or inverter is that it is a charger. Not only can I run power to everything that I have inside the bus, but the most significant function of this for me is that I'm going to be able to plug up to grid power, which is either like RV plugs, RV amp outlets, or generators even, if I ever plan on using that. This machine allows me to plug into that, function as a operating inverter, and charge my batteries simultaneously. So an example of that would look like if I go to an RV site and whatever, maybe we're just having some bad weather, I'm not getting any solar, and I'm not driving a lot, or maybe I'm just at a friend's house, whatever, and I plug in, and this is going to provide me full power, and it's going to charge our batteries up. So pretty awesome feature and functionality of this device. Another significant thing about this is that there's an auto transfer. Basically what that means is whenever you are on grid power and you're trying to utilize grid power and charge your batteries, there could be a manual function into that if you were setting up like your own unique kind of situation. But this kind of all-in-one resort takes care of all that for you. You don't have to worry about it. So it just makes things a lot easier. It's just a plug and play, hook up to grid power, run your electronics. It's going to charge your batteries. This thing also comes with a temperature sensor. Will I use it? Not sure yet, but good to know. Because a lot of people may be in more harsh environments, and temperature sensors may be a lot more necessary than where I have been traveling so far. So to be determined. We also get these lug covers, which are pretty nice, and I'm not gonna pull the nuts off to put them on, but This thing does run on some pretty heavy gauge wire. Personally, I'm going to be running some 4-aught wire to this thing. Now, depending on your electrical system, is obviously going to determine what you need or what fits best. But 4-aught is the biggest wire that is in the AWG, American Wire Gauge System. I believe that's what that stands for. It's the biggest strand of wire that's offered in AWG. So it's going to be running a pretty bulky wire to it. So something to note also when it comes to wire expenses, because I think just the 4-aught for what I'm running is going to be, I want to say like 160, and that's not even for a lot of it. So something to be mindful of. Now, something else I'll note is that this is going to be more ideal for the setup I have in here because I'm running a larger battery capacity. Like I said, I'm going for 1200 watts total. So running something like this is a little more conducive to that kind of power setup. If someone is only running like 200 amp hours of lithium, maybe this would be my first recommendation. But my goal with getting this product is I wanted something that could function and can run some pretty heavy duty appliances at once. My favorite factor of this piece is that when I hook up to shore power, I can run shore power and I charge my batteries because it's pretty convenient. If you guys remember when I was in the van, I would run an extension cord with a surge protector. So I was basically throwing an umbilical cord out wherever I would go. And that's how I would power the van if I was ever plugged up. But it wouldn't do anything for the batteries. It would just give me immediate power. As soon as I pull the plug apart, then the whole operation shuts down. This right here, on the other hand, like I said, it's going to do both. This thing also allows you to do a power saver mode. Another cool thing about the design on this particular unit is that this thing allows for 300% surge watt. So this is a 3000 watt inverter charger. You can surge up to 9000 watts before it trips out. Cool thing that this machine comes with is we have this nice panel with some cord. I honestly forgot the name of this cord, but this cord allows us to run an interface. So this is pretty sweet, that we can power on and off just from the panel, which is going to be, once again, very convenient in how I'm running it. Because if I plan on having my electrical system underneath the bed and tucked away in a way that I'm not really just going to have access to 24/7. So running this panel, if I want to cut the power on, it's like a holistic light switch for everything. So it's like turning on my main breaker. Pretty convenient, pretty awesome. So taking a look at this thing, we actually have a GFCI plug, or outlet rather, on this side, and that comes with a charger input protector breaker, as well as an inverter to output protector. So that's pretty cool. Gives us a in and out. As far as our switch relays go, and our lights, we're able to select what kind of battery type we have. So for me, I'm going to be running lithium, which means we're going to go to the LiFePO 4, number 7, and we just toggle it to number 7. There's a little arrow on here that you probably can't see via the angle. We've got our charge current control. So this allows us to adjust our current of input. So this allows us to adjust our current input from shore power. We've got a light for power saving function. We've also got a light that indicates power line saving. We've got a light for overload trip, over temperature trip, float charge mode, fast charge mode. And this one indicates that we have inverter power on the line and the battery charger is off. And this one shows that we have shore power and battery on. We have some pretty good indicator lights. Honestly, I don't even think I would have any to add. This right here is our auto generator start. What this allows us to do is, if we're running this with our batteries and our batteries go low and you're running a generator and you have this line plugged in, this will automatically start pulling from your generator once the batteries die. We also have toggle switches. Personally, I'm not informed on exactly what these do, so I'm going to have to look into it. Let's see here. And our battery sensor, our battery temp sensor input. And apart from that, guys, I just want to get a little nerdy about this apparatus. And just to kind of reiterate, guys, I wanted a unit that can do it all. I didn't want to have to sit here and overcomplicate my electrical system, because this is already it's going to be not only just an intensive build for me, but the electrical is going to be pretty substantial in its own right. So this just consolidates some effort. It allows you to do like really a 3-in-1. I really look forward to implementing this into the build. The only unfortunate thing that I had to mention is that considering I'm putting the bus on pause, I will not be able to show you guys an install of it and working on it currently. I may connect it to the wires real quick because I got some 4-gauge wire right here, ran to the batteries, and honestly, it's not gonna hurt just to plug it in. Power on, that's what we get. Welcome. Alrighty, there we go. TV's powering on. Let's see. This should be still connected to my battery shunt. Let's see if we can get a watt pull on the Victron app. It's showing we are pulling 62. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. We're pulling 4.7 amps, 60 watts. Hopefully you can see. I'm not sure if you can or not. Just for the fun of it, I've got a grinder. Now, I don't exactly know how many watts grinders pull, but I know that these pull a decent amount of power. I'm not sure if you can hear me with the grinder on, but we were pulling about 325 watts roughly with the TV and the grinder. So we are still well under what we're capable of. So we're at running 300 watts out of 3,000. Guys, we're gonna be able to run everything. Like, we're gonna be good. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up right here. Just want to do a unboxing of this SunGold 3000 watt charger inverter. I'm really excited to implement this into the build. It's gonna be a absolute game changer, seriously. And yeah, I guess we'll end it here. SunGold, thank you so much for sending me this. I really look forward to it. So guys, if you want to see it in the build, just hang around. We'll be getting back to the build later on. Have to take a break, do an intermish. Got some stuff to take care of. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much wraps it up. So if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. If you're new, welcome to the family. As always, guys, it's Big Nugget, and I'm out.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall.